If you keep running out of stock on Amazon, you're pretty much handing your competition free money. In this video, I'll show you some simple tips to never run out of stock on Amazon. You can see right here, our client was killing it on Amazon and making tons of sales, but then at the beginning of December, they ran out of stock. Once you run out of stock, not only does your sales increase, but your momentum decreases as well. So once you get back in stock, momentum is still hurt and it's harder to maintain that high amount of sales. So staying in stock is super important so competitors don't take your rank. Tip number 1 is to monitor your inventory every single week. You should have a set report just like we do for our clients. That way you are monitoring your sales, because each week sometimes your sales spike, sometimes they slow down, and you just want to have a good eye on things to know when to reorder, right? So here's an example that we use for our clients, right? And we can see their name, their ASIN, their SKU, lead time. How long does it take when you place an order for it to be completed? So if you place an order with a manufacturer, does it take 10 days for them to complete it? Does it take 20 days, 30, 60, 90? How long does it actually take? You should factor that in. And then how much inventory should you have potentially at Amazon? Should you have 60 days worth of inventory, 90 days, 120 days worth of inventory, right? And we're gonna be going over these. Have you ordered more? How many are available? How many did you sell in the last 3 days? How many did you sell in the last 30 days? How many days of inventory do you actually have left? And how many should you order? So on a weekly basis, you should have your team doing this, or you should do this, because if you're not in stock on Amazon and you run out of stock, all that momentum that you work so hard to maintain and increase your sales will suffer big time. And this is what I see happening a lot with new clients, where their sales are going crazy, they run out of stock, and then all of a sudden, it's very hard to get that momentum back up again. This is why staying on top of your inventory is so important on Amazon, right? So for example, how long does it take them to actually ship it to Amazon? So if we're ordering, we place an order, today is, let's just say May 1st, and it's done by June 1st. Does that mean they already shipped it to Amazon, right? So we need to have like that factor in. So the lead time is probably 30 days for it to be completed and shipped to Amazon. And how long does it take Amazon to actually check in the inventory? Well, usually it takes Amazon 15 days, but sometimes it can take up to 60 days or 30 days for Amazon. So we're gonna do 45-day lead time, and I think yours should be between 45 and 60-day lead time. And that means how much inventory should you have at Amazon at all times, just in case something goes wrong. A lot of people are saying, I just want 30 days worth of inventory at Amazon, but that's almost impossible to keep because there's factors that happen where maybe shipping time is slower, your manufacturer is delayed because they have too many orders. Sales are going so good, you place a huge order with your manufacturer, right? So you want to be on top of this. And let's do a breakdown, right? I always like to have at least 120 days. So right when the amount of days goes below 120, we notify the client. We're like, we need to prepare to start ordering, because things can go wrong. Amazon could take an extra 30, an extra 60 days sometimes to check an inventory, or they check an inventory and they ship them to other fulfillment centers. So you need to be ready, okay? So let's do a little bit of a breakdown. So if we log into Amazon, and then we're gonna look at our last 3 days of orders, right? So we made 7 orders in the last 3 days. So we're just gonna put how many orders we make in the last 3 days, and we're going to literally put 7. How many sold in the last 30 days? So again, we're gonna look at the last 30 days, 47. And then how many days of inventory do we have left? And we have this little division, but we need to have how many do we have available first. So if we check our inventory on Amazon, we only have 51 units available and 54 reserved. So I'm just gonna put 51. So as you can see, we only have around 21 days left of inventory, right? So huge problem here. And this is why we need to stay on top of it, because sometimes sales increase. So having more inventory. So if I want to have at least, let's say, triple this, I want to have, let's say, 21 plus 21 plus 21. I want to have at least 63 days inventory. Then what I would do, of course, is triple the amount sold in the past 30 days times 3. So how many do we want to order? 141. That's a weird number. I'm just going to round it up to 150. So you kind of you should have this buffer ready to go, this type of document, so you can see, especially column K, how many days do you have left, right? You should be in panic mode if you only have 21 days left of inventory, because as you know, it takes Amazon forever to check it in sometimes. Now, tip number 2 is going to be utilizing tools. So if you don't have a team, you don't have time to do the spreadsheet, you don't have time to even hire a consultant agency like us to do it for you, you can utilize tools like JungleScout. They've got inventory planning software, and it is pretty darn good, right? And then they also have Helium 10, which has a free trial. Link in the description if you want to discount or try out the free trial. But they also have an Amazon inventory management software, which keeps stock of track and restock suggestions, right? If you don't want to use those tools, last but not least, inside of Amazon, you can go into your inventory dashboard. So you're just going to go to inventory dashboard, inventory, restock inventory, and then Amazon's going to tell you how many to restock. Now, Amazon's saying that we should only restock 19 units, which makes no sense. They're saying we have 43 days of supply. But again, we just did the math ourselves, and we've only have 21 days, and we should be sending in 150 more. So Amazon's data is usually kind of off. So just keep that in mind. And that's why we love doing it manually, because we know it's correct, because each week it changes. So Amazon's data might be 30 days delayed than what it actually is this week. And as you know, with Amazon, sales can spike at any moment, and you need to stay on top of it. But that's it for today's video. Have you ever lost sales from going out of stock on Amazon? Share your experience in the comments below. If you learned something new, drop a like. And if you're an Amazon seller, I highly recommend subscribing to our channel, because we're giving away great content that's going to help you in your Amazon journey. And of course, if you need any help with increasing sales, managing your inventory, or just help selling on Amazon, contact EHP Consulting Group. The link is right in the description to contact us or schedule a call. Also, one of our most popular services is our full A to Z Amazon account management service. This is where we'll fully manage your inventory, calling Amazon, customer service, advertising, increasing sales, and much, much more. The benefit of this service is so you can spend time working on your business instead of in your business trying to optimize, manage all your SKUs, your inventory, staying on track and increasing your sales. We're going to do it all for you so you can save time, money, and increase your sales with ehpconsultinggroup.com. I'm Josh Hackett, CEO, and I'm signing out.